Hey, so 2 minutes on fights at funerals. Now, I get asked this question, what happens if a fight breaks out, Kari? People don't always get along, do they? Well, no, they don't always get along. A fist fight is not the norm. It's not usually what's going to happen in the middle of the funeral. However, sometimes at the cemetery, once everything is over, you may see some arguments. Once in a while, fists are thrown, sometimes more, depending what, area you live in. However, we are not bouncers and bodyguards. We do not need to put ourselves in harm's way. So our number one phone call, my number one phone call would be right to 911 that there's an altercation at a funeral. Now, funerals, if they're published, are a public event. So we cannot force somebody to leave, but we can ask them to leave. Family members can ask somebody to leave. If we have to call in the police, then they can ask somebody to leave. However, it becomes a really tricky situation. Maybe parents of a child don't get along. You have both parents at a funeral and they're not getting along. Who has the right to stay? Who has the right to tell the other person to leave? So you have to get into all these legal, maybe who had custody at the time, all these things. So you can get a lot of heated moments when you mix the emotion with an already touchy relationship between individuals that have to be in one space for a funeral. Maybe you have 2 funerals. You have different viewing times for individuals. You have different spaces that they can sit in. So there are ways around some of these tricky situations, but we do our best with the information we have. So the more we know as a funeral director to better serve the family, the better of a whole experience it can be for everyone. But yes, sometimes there are going to be fights, and sometimes we have to call the police.